Actress and singer Olivia Newton-John has died. Her husband posted on her official Facebook page moments ago saying the wife and mother passed away peacefully at her ranch in Southern California.
Grease remains one of the most beloved musicals in film history over 40 years after its release. Olivia Newton-John's portrayal of Sandy catapulted her to worldwide fame, captivating generations of fans who know every song and dance by heart. But what if there was a key moment in the movie that we were never meant to see? In her last interviews, Olivia Newton-John revealed details about a deleted scene that was filmed but ultimately left out of the movie. She described how the scene showcased a raw and emotional side of Sandy, a side that didn't make it into the final cut. Why was this powerful moment left on the cutting room floor? And what does it reveal about Grease and its storytelling? Let's find out. When Grease hit theaters in 1978, it quickly became a cultural phenomenon, blending 1950s nostalgia with the energy of the 1970s. Olivia Newton-John's portrayal of Sandy Olson became an integral part of the film's appeal, with her character transitioning from a shy, wholesome good girl to a bold, self-assured figure by the end of the movie. Before Grease, Newton-John was already a successful singer with hits like I Honestly Love You. But acting was still new to her. In an archived interview from the late 1970s, she admitted, "I was nervous about playing Sandy. I wasn't sure I could pull it off, but I trusted the team to guide me." These nerves did not go unnoticed, as director Randall Kleiser later shared that Newton-John initially hesitated to take the role due to her limited acting experience. Her concerns didn't stop her from delivering an unforgettable performance, but behind the scenes, Sandy's character was the subject of much debate. Cast and crew members have since revealed that producers initially saw Sandy as more lighthearted and carefree throughout the film. This vision eventually altered, leading to the more complex and layered Sandy we know today. One particularly controversial moment was Sandy's transformation in the finale of the movie, when she appeared in leather and adopted a more rebellious persona to win over Danny. While it became an iconic scene, some questioned whether it undermined the authenticity of Sandy's character. Newton-John herself reflected on this in the years following the film's release, saying, "Sandy's transformation was fun, but it raised questions about whether she had to change herself for someone else's approval." This internal conflict in Sandy's character was further explored in the deleted scene Olivia discussed. Positioned after the emotional ballad Hopelessly Devoted to You, the scene provided a deeper insight into Sandy's struggle with identity, a struggle that didn't fully come across in the final edit. But while audiences loved the Sandy they saw, Olivia revealed that this lost scene could have completely changed how we understood her character. In one of her final interviews, Olivia Newton-John revisited a long-lost scene from Grease, a moment that could have completely redefined how audiences understood Sandy's character. Taking place after the emotional ballad Hopelessly Devoted to You, the deleted scene portrayed Sandy wrestling with inner doubts and openly questioning her place at Rydell High. According to Newton-John, the scene was one of her most vulnerable moments as an actress. It was a turning point for Sandy, she explained. She wasn't just struggling with Danny, but also with herself, asking if she needed to change to be loved or if she could stay true to who she was. The scene opened with Sandy confiding in her Pink Lady's friends, voicing her confusion about whether she belonged in their world of rebellious fun and relaxed social rules. Newton-John recalled, "Sandy was torn between being the good girl she thought she was supposed to be and someone who could fit into Danny's world." The dialogue, described by production members as one of Olivia's more emotionally raw performances, was reportedly meant to add emotional weight to Sandy's transformation at the end of the film. A crew member who worked closely on the production told fans in a retrospective interview, "The scene made Sandy's change feel more justified. It showed that she wasn't just changing for Danny, she was taking control of how she wanted to be seen." Yet, the vulnerability portrayed in the scene ultimately led to its removal. Director Randall Kleiser later explained why the moment didn't make it into the final cut. Grease is a fun, uplifting musical. While the scene was beautifully acted, it didn't fit the pace of the film. It slowed things down, and that wasn't what we wanted going into the high-energy finale, he told Variety in 2019. Newton-John admitted she felt a personal connection to the scene. Having been hesitant to take on the role of Sandy due to her own insecurities about acting, Olivia poured much of herself into the dialogue. It was emotional to film, she shared in a retrospective interview, because I had my own doubts at the time about acting, about fitting into Hollywood, and I think that mirrored what Sandy was going through. Unfortunately, like many scenes from major films, the footage has since been lost. According to reports from studio insiders, the physical reels containing the uncut version of Grease were repurposed, a common practice in Hollywood at the time to reduce costs. Despite this, fans have speculated for decades that the footage might still exist somewhere in an archived vault. In fan forums and social media discussions, devoted viewers of Grease continue to express hope that it could one day resurface. Though disappointed the scene didn't make the final cut, Newton-John always remained pragmatic about the decision. The film as it is works perfectly. I don't think anyone could deny that. But there's always that curiosity about what could have been, she explained in an interview. While the deleted moment remains unseen, her reflections on it continue to stir the imaginations of fans. Even without this pivotal scene, Sandy's journey resonated with audiences. But how did Olivia Newton-John's insights about this deleted moment shed light on her own challenges as an actress and icon? The removal of the deleted scene wasn't a decision made lightly. While Olivia Newton-John ultimately supported it, the choice brought forward creative differences among the production team regarding how much emotional depth Grease could or should include. Director Randall Kleiser later explained in an interview with Variety, "We came to the consensus that pacing was critical. A slower, reflective scene didn't fit the rhythm we needed, especially heading into the final act." The scene, which reportedly took place after Hopelessly Devoted to You, portrayed Sandy confronting her sense of isolation within the Pink Lady's social circle and wrestling with her identity. According to multiple interviews following the film's release, this moment was designed to lay the groundwork for Sandy's transformation at the film's conclusion. Still, the filmmakers ultimately decided to prioritize the upbeat energy that carried the rest of the film. Newton-John spoke about the scene in a reflective interview years later, acknowledging its importance to Sandy's character arc. "It added a lot to Sandy's journey, but I think the team was right. It slowed the tempo, and people connect with the movie as it is." John Travolta, Olivia's co-star and Danny Zuko in the film, was also indirectly affected by the removal of certain character-building moments. While Travolta hasn't explicitly addressed this specific cut, he has spoken in other interviews about the challenges of balancing character development in musicals. When you're in a film like Grease, it's all about the big moments, the songs. You don't always get to explain the little things about the character. The creative team's decision reflected common industry practices in the 1970s, where musicals often sacrificed character introspection for pacing and spectacle. Randall Kleiser admitted in an interview a decade after the film's release. Back then, musicals weren't made to dwell too much on inner struggles. Everything needed to be fun or visually exciting. That's what audiences wanted. For Newton-John, this cut was bittersweet. She valued what the sequence could have added to Sandy's character, but respected the editor's goals. In a conversation with Entertainment Weekly, she shared, "That moment of doubt and self-reflection would have added depth, but I'm not sure it was what audiences wanted to see at the time." Even now, fans continue to debate whether this unseen moment could have reframed Sandy's transformation at the end of the film. Lover of musicals forums and online blogs filled with Grease enthusiasts frequently speculate about how this scene's inclusion might have cast Sandy in a more relatable light. The existence of the deleted scene has sparked significant fan speculation over the years, with many questioning whether its inclusion could have altered the tone of Grease, or even improved Sandy's overall character arc. Online forums, social media discussions, and Grease retrospectives often revisit this moment, with fans wondering if it would have made Sandy's transformation feel more authentic and self-driven. Some argue that the cut scene might have clarified one of the film's most debated points, whether Sandy changed for herself or to fit in with Danny and his world. Without the extra moment of introspection, her leather-clad debut at the carnival led many to interpret the transformation as a way of molding herself to outside expectations. In fan-based discussions on sites like Reddit, viewers have pointed out that the scene could have delivered more context, adding, as one commenter put it, "It would have shown Sandy navigating internal pressure instead of just reacting to external ones." The mystery surrounding the footage has also added to the scene's intrigue. Despite multiple reports of its filming, there are no publicly available images or clips to confirm how it was staged or performed. Randall Kleiser shed light on this during a 40th anniversary panel for Grease in 2018. "It was a tightly shot conversation scene after Hopelessly Devoted to You. And I don't think anyone at the time thought much about preserving extra footage. A lot of things like this are just lost during post-production." Two conflicting accounts exist regarding whether any pieces of the scene survived the editing process, while certain members of the editing team have suggested that the footage no longer exists. A 2010 article in The Hollywood Reporter speculated that some reels from the original shoot could still be archived, though no studio has officially confirmed this theory. The fascination with this potential moment is indicative of a larger trend in film nostalgia where uncut and deleted scenes often take on a mythology of their own. Fans of Grease are no different, with many expressing hopes that modern restorations or remastered releases could bring the scene to light. With the release of anniversary editions of the film in 2018 and 2023, fans were further disappointed when no new or missing footage was included. However, despite the intrigue surrounding the deleted scene, Newton-John herself seemed at peace with its permanent absence. In a reflective interview before her passing, she said, "Sometimes what doesn't make it into the movie is just as important as what does. It's part of the story the audience will never know. And maybe that's okay." This unanswered question about Grease has ironically added to the film's mystique. For many fans, the deleted scene represents more than an unused piece of film. It's a glimpse at what could have been, tantalizingly close yet forever out of reach. The deleted scene from Grease has become more than just a curiosity. It has evolved into a touchpoint for ongoing discussions about character development, editing decisions, and how much creative choices shape the way audiences interpret films. While many musicals of the 1970s prioritized spectacle over introspection, this moment could have marked a subtle shift toward deeper storytelling within the genre, though it's unlikely the scene alone would have changed the film's overall tone. For years, the mystery surrounding this moment has fueled fan interest, creating a narrative where what wasn't seen is almost as compelling as the final product itself. Musicals rarely allowed for extensive exploration of inner conflict, especially for female characters, and the existence of this scene raises questions about how Grease balanced its lighthearted approach while hinting at larger, more universal themes. The absence of this introspective scene has also highlighted broader criticism of Sandy's arc in Grease. Without it, her transformation in the finale is viewed by some audiences as reactionary rather than reflective. That critique has grown louder in recent decades, with modern viewers questioning whether the film missed an opportunity to make Sandy's journey more about self-discovery than external approval. The context of the deleted scene also provides a better understanding of how movies like Grease were shaped by the constraints and expectations of their time. With no copies believed to exist, the sequence now serves as a reminder of the impermanence of filmmaking decisions in the pre-digital age, where cuts could mean permanent loss. Ultimately, the story of this lost moment adds another layer to Grease's enduring reputation as both a crowd pleaser and a film that continues to invite new interpretations. For audiences, it represents a what-if scenario that keeps the conversation around the film alive. And while the missing footage will likely remain unseen, its legacy exists in the imaginations of fans and in debates about what could have been.